Well, hello. Purpose of this is to get us to pick up the guitar and maybe play at church and to learn. You have to educate yourself. You have to take action and practice. When you learning the guitar, it's a well-known fact by the experts. They took CAT scans and PET scans, and when you do math problems or singing, you use certain part of your brain. But when you learn an instrument, both sides of the brain communicate, and using a big amount of that to help you stimulate you. It's a full mind workout, and it involved the spirit, the emotions, the body, the mental ability. So it's very good for you to probably bless the church, and it's so easy a hillbilly can do it. I got 40 or some hymns written out, all in G, C, D, and E. What we call the four-finger G, or the hillbilly G. The C add 9, just drop the 2 top fingers down. Or this is a E minor 7. You still lock in the bottom 2 strings and play an E. Sometimes might even hammer on. And then a D suspended, very easy. On bluegrass or hillbilly or whatever you want to call it, country, there are very little movements of the hand and fingers, because a lot of time we want to use 8 beats and instead of 4. A 4 count is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Most songs, some Amazing Grace, and some are in 3/4. 1, 2, 3, mean 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or 6/8 or 9/8, or you like a whole note is a pie, not cut. A half note is 2 pieces of pie cut in half. You got 2 pieces, but still a measure. And a measure, you see the bar. That's what we going to be talking about, a measure. And most people cut the pie in 4 quarters, and that be quarter notes. But most of the time we be bringing the mandolin in, a banjo, and we'd be using 8 notes. So very little finger movement, very plain. We could also play some gospel hymn chords beginning to play now. A D over a G, a D over D minor over F sharp. Works beautiful and Amazing Grace. And we're also going to learn some finger picking. The banjo top. When we pick up a banjo, we put on our finger picks, and we would play a 4-to-roll, thumb, index, middle, TIM, or reverse, a middle, index, thumb. We're going to use that on the guitar in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to use only like 3 basic strum patterns, and then we're going to use the hillbilly type banjo techniques that we carry over to the guitar and make it very easy. You say, well, I had never. A lot of time we think within the box, and it's so easy a hillbilly can do it. We're going to use some 2 string chords to begin with, and then we're going to begin to build up. There is an E5. The strings are counted from the bottom of the floor. The thinnest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're numbered Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. And we're going to play the E string. The E string is the thickest string. So to play that in hillbilly or country or bluegrass, we leave that open and we fret the 2nd fret. The fret are these little metal they're just GPSs to put our finger. So it's a second fret on the A string. If we would happen to put a capo, that would be our new nut, a new beginning. We would count from that capo. We'll be talking about that. Repetition is the best teacher. We'd be repeating, we'd be doing, and pretty soon you'll be comfortable. This is the E string, and then this type of music, we use these two top strings. That's an E5. E5, the top two strings to play the E chord. The A5 is, you go down one more, Eddie 8, we have an open A and put our finger on the third from the top, the D string, and that'd be trying to play a 4 note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know the E, we know the E5, we know the A5. I'm going to show you these diagrams I have written here. Now that D5, we go E, A, D, dynamite. We play open D to next. Now you know the E, now you know the A, now you know the D. Coming along, aren't we? We can play a riff. Let's start out on the A. This is called the psychedelic hillbilly shuffle. It's a hillbilly shuffle. That's the name of it. Open third on A. Let's go to the D and the E. You done learned a shuffle. You done learned a pattern, and we're gonna have diagrams here, and but you learn by hearing. This is a hillbilly swing. Let's start on A chord again. Eddie 8, open A. A 4 beat. Same thing on the E top string. A D on the third. That is called the hillbilly swing. And you say, okay, let's go from there. That's a good foundation. And the Chuck Berry did it. This is called a Chuck Berry simple. Let's do an A. So you got leave the E open, A. We don't mess with. We go to the A, and we put our finger on the second fret of the D. And it goes from 2, and then on the D we go from 2 to 4 on the fret. That's a Chuck Berry, and I have a little story about that here. But that's the Chuck Berry A, and might be calling that a Chuck Berry D. Is you go E, A, D open. The next one G from 2 to 4 in. The E, open E. Fret the second A. That's the Chuck Berry swing. And you got your walking bass line. You want to change it like on A. You go from open 4. You go down the next one 2, 4. Same thing on the E. A lot of repeating and just repetition on the E. 0, 4, 2, 4 on the next line. Just go round and round. 0, 4 on your bass note, root note, home note, and then drop down to the next one and go from 2, 4. This is another one you can try, the crazy hillbilly, and that's the name of it, or the swing. You go to your bass note like an A, go. 2, open, 3, 4, and you drop down to the next line, 2, 2, 4, 2. That's the crazy hillbilly in A. That's what they call it. And then the D, open 2, open D, 3, 4, and then go down, 2, 2, 4, 2. And then the E, 2 open E's, drop down to the A string, 2, 2, 4, 2. And we go pretty long. You done learn some A and D and E and different swing patterns. And hillbilly is called Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry, if you watched the movie Man of Constant Sorrow, Brother, we're out there. The man they picked up at the crossroads, Robert, I forgot his name, Robert White, I believe. History has it, the myth is that he sold his soul to the devil, and for a righteous gift. And what was that gift? Well, thousands of songs are written on this 12-bar blues pattern. And it said that the devil gave him this 12 bars blue pattern. The Beatles sings it. Elvis, Chuck Berry wrote this pattern, and Johnny B. Good, and Johnny Cash, and the Beatles, and the Rolling Stones. All, when they get down to write a song, they always lay out the 12 blue pattern. Basically, the number one, you pick out the first note you want to, let's say the A. A, you got 4 bars of A, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 bar. Plays that 4 times. And then you go to the 4th note, A, B, C, D. If it was the A starting out, you go to the D for 2, then back to the A to 2, and then we know the 5th note then is the E, and then go back to the 1 and the D and the A. And you said that's in, but thousands of songs are written of that, and it kind of, we kind of just took off. This is what I mean. You can play thousands of songs off of what you done learn. This is what Chuck Berry wrote this song about himself, and it said, down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, it's 4 A's, down way back in the woods, done the evergreen D. Stood a little log cabin made of earth and wood, back to A. There's a little country boy of Johnny B. Good. He never learned to read or write so well, but he could play the guitar just like a ringing a bell. That was that was Chuck Berry wrote a song about himself, Johnny B. Good, and it just out of that simple pattern. You could, but one hint want to learn on that, and a lot of different patterns like that. I mean, this is the A, but also the top string at the 5th fret is an A. And a lot of this is a pattern you can use and practice on. You go hit the note twice, to A. You go down to hit the A, go down to over 2, back over 2, back up 1 and 2. Or that used a lot of times, just a little riff to keep time and while people is playing. And also this is that A. Remember, A goes all the way down. I mean, the fretboard doesn't stop up here, and we got to teach you that, and it kind of be fun. But the A, we got to go back to the A twice on the top fifth fret. Then that's a little turnaround we'll be working on. But you say, well, you know, you talked about hillbilly and all country and a little bluegrass, but you know, Johnny Cash, let's talk about him and Luther Perkins, and real quick, want to keep these videos down. I know you're busy, but I'm going to put a lot of information, but quick and easy and fun. Johnny Cash had a different style. Let's go to an E, open E. You know what an E is? Put fret the second fret, second string, the A string, and then he played the alternate bass. So we're gonna on the second and from the top, and the third from the top. We're gonna fret the second, leave the E open. We're gonna go bass, alternate. So that don't quite sound like Johnny Cash. Well, he did something different. He palm muted on the bridge here. Listen to this. You don't want to mute too much. You don't want to mute not enough, but go from E. Start out on open E, go down to 2 strings. And the same way with A, easy. Leave it open E, open A, go down to the D, and start out on A if you're going to start bass, alternate. Luther Perkins was amazing, and people still trying to figure out how he did things. He was just wonderful. But that was a simple E, fret the top 2. A lot of people like this. They do the bass note, strum, down, up, or down, and then go to the bass, strum. But Johnny, this is just picking. Right now we finger picking, so like the people playing and you playing the E, you want to just keep the B, that's the E. Just take your finger off the A string and start on A. And then, but instead of a lot of time a D, he played a B7, and this is where we're going to get into the hillbilly claw, and you fret go to the second fret on the E, fret it, fret the A on the second. See, you make a little claw. And then the D you fret with the your finger. You made a little hillbilly claw. And this way to B7. And you could go carry it all through to a C on the third, and the top 2 on the 3rd fret, and then second on the D. That C. You go to a D, and D is on the 5th fret, 2nd string. You fret those 2 and go down 1, and that. So remember, the top string, if you fret it on the 5th, is the A. One below it is a D. That's our home note, so we want that at the top, and then down to the 3rd string from the top, the D, on the 4th fret. So it'll be so we always want to start out on our home note. But Johnny Cash was amazing, and he did a lot of good hymns, and and you can sing it. You can just play this little short E's. I mean, E open, A, the B7. You remember he played the B7, and not the D. But let's try that there. He always he played a lot in the E, but he fretted those top 2. I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend. I ain't seen the good sunshine since I don't know when. Go down one, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keep dragging on back to the B7, that little claw. But that train keep rolling on down to San Antonio. You said that don't quite sound right. Remember, he muted it, and somehow that day Luther Perkins put the capo on the where he played in F. So the E was to make an E to an F. He put the capo on the first fret. Now that becomes our nut, and you go 1, 2. So we remember he muted it. Luther Perkins, I mean, why would you want a lot of people? He does different things. He had an amazing mind on music. He just wondered. I hope he learned a little bit, and all this was really a foundation of bluegrass and easy. And you think it awful hard, but we're going to go on and we're going to sing some hymns. The only hymn I really know written for guitar is Silent Night, when the organ broke down. But we need to go simple 2 or 3 strum patterns, and we need to use the hillbilly. Finger picking, the TIM. We'll see how simple that is pretty soon. It takes a lot of trouble out of strumming, out of timing, out of tempo. Now, our only purpose here, we don't want anything. We not really, not really that good, but want to encourage you, and I pray for you, and you pray for me, and from now on, we'll be singing some hymns. We'll be singing this, what we call hillbilly finger picking, cross picking, in 3/4 time, 4/4 time, 6/8 time, and I hope you'll see how easy it is. And want to encourage men and young people to pick up a guitar or whatever they hearts set on, and bless the church and enrich their life. But you need to be educated, you need to be encouraged, and you need to take action. And just pray about it. And God bless you.